Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another night of Spirit Connections. I'm really excited tonight. There's a lot of excitement in the air. Isn't there?
Yes. I'm still eating my lollipop.
We have surprise guests on tonight. We had a crazy weekend. We had the Ocean State Paracon in Woonsocket.
It's a very long day.
It was a long day, long day. For all of you guys that made it out, thank you so much. It went to a great charity.
Yep, they made out really well with the charity.
Ken did fabulous, Ken and Dave. I did my little speaking segment on mediumship, a little Q&A, which I was surprised there were so many participants, but more the merrier. I know a couple of times. Yeah, it went really well. It went really well. And then this weekend we have everything else. Yeah, we have the Psychic and Paranormal Fair at the Seaport Fairhaven.
Yes.
Seaport Anna Marina in Fairhaven.
And I have no clue what time it is. I can't remember.
It's 11 to 7.
Thank you.
11 to 7, we're going to be there again. Steph's going to be with Phantom PI. I'm going to be there with myself. Spirit Medium Tiffany.
Right next to me.
Right next to Steph.
Same table. Can't miss us.
Yep. So I'm going to be doing another lecture on, I was going to say Spirit Connection, Spirit Mediumship. And Q&A, of course, as always.
Right.
So I'll be there. And then I'm going to leave that event a little bit early, and then I'm heading over to Slater Mill for their event to do some readings there. So if you guys haven't gotten tickets, I know there's tickets left, definitely go to legendtrips.com, and you can get your tickets there. I know we can't really talk too much about price, but they're not that expensive, and you're going to see Andy Lake, Matt Moniz, Carlin Keith Johnson, Tim Weisberg, Jeff Belanger, Pam Padalano's going to be there, I'm going to be there, and there's going to be an investigation, also dinner. Like, it's
very active, so definitely worth it.
And I'm excited. So, yeah. What else? I just feel like it's like, go, 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 go. Also, I want to remind you guys, May 13th, I'm going to be up in Nashua, New Hampshire with Nicole Stevens doing her Angel Kisses show with her. That's Mother's Day for all you guys that don't know. We're going to be at the Holiday Inn. And then Nicole's going to be trekking down to Taunton, June 10th. We're going to be doing a Spirit Connections gallery reading. So that's going to be at the Taunton Holiday Inn, June 10th. That is also a Sunday, so Sunday night shows. All right, now I can breathe.
A lot going on.
A lot going on. One thing I want to mention that's a big talk right now, the past couple of days, is this one fraud. That's exactly what she is. She claimed to be a psychic medium, and she's out of Hingham. Tiffany Smith, I think, is her name. And
don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I have no idea what her name is, but
well, the reason why I'm bringing it up, Steph, and it's something that we talk about all the time here on Spirit Connections, is that you're going to run into people. Unfortunately, there are people that do cold readings. There are people that are in this line of work for the wrong reasons, for financial gain. Exactly, financial gain. And I just wanted to keep it in perspective, people, and remember, not everybody is built the same way. I wanted to bring it up because obviously it hits home for us because it looks bad on us. But then again, you know, to each their own. Everybody is different, and if you are a good judge of character, you would know.
I mean, sometimes you don't know. These people could be really good at just observing. You know, you've seen the show Mentalists. Like, they can
we brought it up last week, The Mentalist.
Bring your, just read your body language and your reactions to certain things that they say, and a lot of people buy into it. And then there's what we do, which is complete information that nobody would ever know, not something that you can just get after looking at a person. So, and half the time, we're willing to do things for free.
Yeah. And if people start asking you for thousands and thousands of dollars.
Even hundreds. Even hundreds. There's a problem.
There's
a serious problem.
Yeah.
You know, people tell you, buy this candle for $300 and it'll get rid of your black cloud over your head. No, absolutely not. Walk away. I'll give you a candle for free.
So unfortunately, just pretty much good cop, bad cop, there's always going to be, doesn't matter what profession you're in or what modality that you choose to share with everybody else, there's always going to be the good cop, bad cop. So just, again, keep it in perspective.
Yep.
And that's your lesson for tonight.
just check out too. You know, ask friends for recommendations, or just look. There's plenty of lists online of, you know, the best psychic lists. You know, Nicole's on that, and it's just definitely do your research before you go and pay somebody, because you're just stuffing their pocket rather than actually getting something out of it. So.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
So I had to get that out. I didn't want to bring it up, but at the same time, everybody needs to be informed.
Absolutely.
You know. And there you have it. So Steph, what's going on with you?
Well, I'll be with you next weekend. The weekend after that, I don't know if you're joining me or not, but there is a psychic fair at 59.5 Main Street, Acushnet. That's 59.5.
That always throws me off. The half.
The Council on Aging. I'll be there, not doing readings, but I will have my It Works table set up. So definitely come down if you guys are interested in body wrap. Come down and see me, visit, you know, learn about the company. I'm actually not even sure what time that is. I want to say 10 to 4, but
that sounds about right. I think that's what it was back in October.
I think it was. But you know, definitely just come down, check things out. Also, I will have stuff on my table because I am opening up an office, hopefully around May 1st, 1193 Ashley Boulevard, New Bedford, with my business partner, Linda Lynch. So that's exciting.
Which Linda's also been on the show.
Yes. So hopefully that's all up and running soon. I have my husband working hard, Linda's husband working hard to get it done. So everything will be all set soon. So we'll have plenty of stuff to offer, readings, classes, you name it. So definitely check it out if you want to go to windwalkerhealing.com. Usually, I think all our information's on there. I'm not sure, but it's in the works.
It was up. It was up.
So I think that's all the exciting stuff I have to offer right now.
It is good stuff. It's a lot of good stuff. A lot. And
a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. I do also want to let you guys know too, because I get a lot of emails on a daily basis. I do offer private readings. I know a lot of people, that's the big question. So yes, if you're interested, definitely go to tiffanyrice.com, or you can visit me at Spirit Medium on Spirit Medium Tiffany on Facebook.
Yes, not just Spirit Medium.
Got my name.
It's important.
It is. It really is. So definitely, if you guys are looking for something fun to do this weekend, check out the Psychic and Paranormal Fair at the Seaport Inn and Marina in Fairhaven. And also go get your tickets for the graveyard shift at Slater Mill in Pawtucket. That's that night. So it's pretty much a full day for everybody.
A lot going on.
Yep.
April and May have been just crazy.
It's nonstop.
It's going right into June.
I know.
It's a good thing.
It is.
It's just so much warm weather, spring weather. I think it just brings it all out.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Another thing I want to mention is I know we always talk about paranormal, and especially the past couple events. Ocean State Paracon was a huge success. But there's more to Spirit Connections than just paranormal.
Right.
And that brings us to the guest that we have on tonight, Noelle Armstrong.
Yes.
Which I'm very excited. I've known Noelle for a long time. I met her actually the first day I met Rosie at Hope Floats.
Oh, wow.
So I'm excited to have her on. She's going to be talking about her holistic and realistic venue.
Very cool. I can't wait.
I know. Or ventures, I should say, not venue. But she does have a venue. So we'll talk about it anyways. So I want you guys to start thinking about some questions to ask Noelle, all about nutrition and wellness, and she's going to be on. So thanks, Steph, for another week of catching up and seeing what's in the inn on Spirit Connections.
Okay, off I go to my table. You can't see me.
Hold my stomach.
Hi, Noelle.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I felt like I was just about to pounce on you. I'm like, hi. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, this is awesome. This is
so much fun. I do. Do you love the living room?
I do love the living room.
I get so many compliments on it. The couches do get a little bit dirty because it's white, but or off-white, but
I have off-white as well.
It works.
Yeah.
It works, right, Steph? It works?
Yes, it works.
It works.
I love being here with you guys. This is great.
Isn't it? It's so relaxing here.
It is fun. And you have so many people in part of your show. This is like watching Regis and Kathy Lee or Regis and Kelly.
I know.
Yeah, it's so fun just standing back there. Yeah.
Wait till we get in the hot tub after.
Cool beans.
Cool.
Only if we have holistic cosmos.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Because we have to do that.
So,
I'm a fabulous bartender, by the way.
Very cool.
Yes, Steph used to be a bartender.
Excellent.
For all of us that know Noelle, she is part of Holistic and Realistic out of Bridgewater.
Yes, right in Bridgewater Center. It's I opened my office space last year, but a little bit over a year ago, which is really exciting. I've been doing this work as a holistic health coach and wellness coach for about 6 years now. And I just opened I know, it's crazy. I can't believe it's been that long. It's just flown, which is great. It's really a blessing to be able to do this. Yeah, and I opened my office space a year ago in March. Yeah,
Excellent.
at 11 Central Square in Bridgewater Center.
In Bridgewater, right around
Bridgewater
the Rotary.
Center.
Right around the Rotary.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell us, what's a health and wellness coach?
Well, I'll tell you, there's 2 easy ways to describe what I do. One, it's like being a nutritional life coach, because I work with people not only on what they eat, but I also teach them how to feel really good, because sometimes all the brown rice and the broccoli in the world isn't going to make you feel good if everything else is falling apart in your world. So, and also another easy way to explain it is whatever your number one goal is that you want to achieve on New Year's Eve, I'm the person that helps you get there.
Yeah. It's not that elliptical that you go once.
No.
New Year's Day,
Right.
which is the busiest day.
Yeah, absolutely. I get really busy then too.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. So now, are you referring to a lot of emotional eating? Do you think a lot of people?
Oh my God, sure, absolutely.
Do you think that's probably the primary source of
Of what I do?
Well, no, not exactly what you do, but when people come to you, do you think primarily it's emotional eating as opposed to just the straight up nourishment, or do you think people are just misinformed on what type of food you should be eating?
I think it's a little bit of both, because there are a lot of people that struggle with emotional eating, and there are also people who really just have no idea how to eat. And one thing that I tell people all the time is the biggest thing is you want to be the captain of your own ship. You want to know how should you eat if you go to a wedding, what's going to make you feel good, what's going to give you energy. You know, if you're a mom, I have 2 kids, you know, I have to think about what am I putting in the lunchbox that's going to help them get the energy to get through the day instead of crashing and burning by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's all about that, and I do a lot of those things. And people just really, honestly, there's so much great information out there. Plus you can Google everything, and then there's WebMD and all these places, which are all really wonderful websites, but you really have to take a good look at what's going on with you. And it's not all about the latest, greatest craze, and this is how we have to eat, and this is what we need to do because yada, yada, yada says it. It's, if I eat this way, do I feel great? If I use these supplements, how do I feel? How's my energy? Do I lose weight? Did my skin clear up? How's my digestion? You know, all these things that come into play.
And you're right, there's a ton of things that come into play. I'm glad that you brought that up, like, does my skin clear up? Because I work a lot with skin. I'm not a dermatologist, but I...
That's right.
Yes, I work
all the
part-time for a dermatologist.
Right.
And you see people in and out of the office constantly. Like, acne is huge, and a lot of times you have to take a strict look at your diet and what's, you know, why is your skin so dry? Why is your skin so oily? Why does it break out all the time? Like, well, what are you ingesting?
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So now you had mentioned that you do this for whole families. Do you think
I do? I work with families. I work mainly with women. I tend to usually work with women who are in their 30s and a little bit older.
I wonder why.
I don't know. That's just what, it's funny. When I first started out, I did specifically a lot of weight loss coaching. And I think because I used to be a weight loss coach, so that's kind of what I attracted. And then, you know, I was in my 30s when I started doing this work. And God, I just sounded really old when I said that. But anyways, I was, and you know, you change so much, and so many people. I work with a lot of women in a transitional phase that I don't have any energy. Why don't I have any energy? Why doesn't my body work the same way that it used to? My digestion's off. I don't feel right. You know, so many different things. Or why can't I lose weight? All kinds of different things that go on, and I just help them kind of get back into the groove and find way more of a balance than they have right now, which is great. It's a lot of fun.
Let me ask you this. How often would someone meet with you? If they hired you to be their coach, how often?
I typically will work with, I have a couple different programs set up.
Okay.
And they're all on my website. Can I say it?
Yes. What's your website?
holisticandrealistic.com. And usually, typically, I meet with someone twice a month. And I think twice a month is a good way to do it for me personally and my clients, because when someone comes to me, they might have a whole bag of tricks going on, or they might just want to learn how to just eat better for themselves and their family. And when they come in, I tell them, you know, I need to know what exactly is going on with you, and just as much as you would like me to help you, be the guide on the side and direct you in the right place. So they leave with a whole bunch of recommendations, and then they need to go out back into their life and put them into action, right? And those things don't take overnight. So you need a couple of weeks, try them on for size, see how they feel, and then come back and we reevaluate what's going on and what's good, what's working, what's not working, and it's all about bringing in awesome stuff and crowding out the foods or the things in your life that aren't working for you anymore. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, because there are so many things between Jenny Craig and Weight Watchers. Do you have a weigh-in?
I don't typically like to do that, but sometimes people just need to be accountable, and that's totally fine. I let my client tell me what they need, and I really listen to what's going on with them. And some people need that accountability, and in between sessions with them, what I do is I offer accountability, and I'm there for you, and I'm by your side, and I tell people, you know, it's more about the support that you actually do than the actual program that you're doing. Right. So I tell them they can email me. I'll always get back to you within a certain period of time, or just throw me a text. And if you really need me, if you're having an emergency.
Well, I was just going to ask you, because I know I'd be like,
I might be at a soccer game.
I have the ho-hos in my hand. What do I do from here?
Yeah.
Because I like ho-hos and Swiss rolls.
You know what? I hear you.
I know. I can't help it. I love it. I love it.
And every once in a while, you have to go to the dark side, and the world doesn't end.
Yeah, I know.
It really doesn't.
I know. I know.
No.
Chocolate and peanut butter is a great combo, too.
It is. It is. I have a good recipe for that.
And
I did on my cooking show. I'll send it to you.
Oh, we have, okay.
Yep.
So much.
Yep.
That's why, Steph, I'm going to bring it up. We always have these guests on, and we start off with a little information, and then they pour out just a little bit extra, and you're like, wait a minute, what? What? Cooking show? What do you mean? You know, or recipe for chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah, that's
what
my
do you
favorite.
mean? So, okay.
That's awesome.
Another thing I want to talk about first, going back to the accountability.
Sure.
Now, do you do, because I know there's diets specifically for your blood type. Now, do you work on something like that?
So funny. I was just talking to someone about this earlier.
I could be psychic.
She could be.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You know, again, it really depends on the person. I tend to, and it's a great book, Peter D'Adamo, he wrote a beautiful book. He was one of our traveling teachers at my school that I went to. And it makes a lot of sense for some people, again, not for everyone. So I do tend to, the typical person that I do see the blood type really work for is the type O. They tend to need more protein, they thrive on it, they feel better. There are other ones, it's kind of hit or miss. So I really, again, I go on my client and I feel them out and I see what exactly they need and what works for them.
So how long does it take to use
I can give you an example if you want.
Yes, give me an example.
Okay. Sorry about that, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I do it all the time.
Dearest friends, she's a typical O blood type person. She thrives on protein. The Atkins diet works well for her. And when I say Atkins, I don't mean she lived on bacon and butter, and that's not what that's all about, really. It's more, you know, eating a complex carb with your vegetables and eating lots of protein, and she did really well with that for years. She could maintain her weight. She felt awesome. And then she actually ended up with a few autoimmune diseases, which has really been a tough thing. And we've been walking her through that, and now she eats really, I would say, probably about 50% raw now, and she's gotten away from eating animal protein. She's more on the vegan route, and that works better for her.
I have a couple friends
again,
that are
you can
vegan.
do situational. There's situational circumstances as well. Yeah. So that shows you that specific book or a specific theory. It worked for a while, but it doesn't always work forever.
Well, not only that, but we're always told that our body changes every 7 years too. So I'm sure our everything changes, digestion, cravings, everything like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's funny because my boyfriend and I always talk about how, like, he's a red meat eater, and he'll eat, he loves steak, and I'll have, like, a steak tip maybe once a summer, you know. Oh, like, the smell of them smells so good, but I'm good with just maybe a steak tip.
Oh, sure.
You know. But put put some baked haddock in front of me and
Yeah,
I'll go to
and
town.
you're
Yeah, I love
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just, it's funny. It's
It is
funny how
funny.
that works.
And I tell people a lot too, who've come to me and have tried, you know, I don't know why this program isn't working for me, or whatever weight loss program they were doing. You know, I did this in my 20s and it's not working for me now, and they're in their 40s. And again, it's not them, you know, failing the plan. The plan just isn't working for them because they're in a different place now. Their body's different, and they have all kinds of different things going on in their lives. So it's okay. They just need to adjust and tweak a few things,
Right.
and then it will shift and start to work.
Now, what would you recommend someone just getting started, that they want to start eating a little bit healthy? And obviously, I understand you have to, again, for lack of a better term, diagnose them with what will work for them.
Sure.
What are some just casual recommendations as far as maybe packing the kids' school lunches with something that's healthy, or even if like maybe you're stuck in an office all day and all you have is a vending machine, do you have like a suggestion for something that would be healthy, that would be filling instead of, say, carrots and celery sticks?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Well, typically when I meet with someone, and I feel that I do need to say this before I go forward and just give a random, you know, explanation of what they should be doing, I usually check out what else is going on with them. But pretty much, I'm honestly going to say the combo of a protein and a complex carb, and it doesn't have to be animal protein. It can be from another source as well. But with the complex carb being either a whole grain or a fruit or a vegetable, those two combined, because you're getting the fiber and you're getting all the vitamins and minerals, and then you're getting the natural energy from the protein source, and that's going to fill you up, which is great. And that's going to give you, you're going to have more energy, and you're going to stay awake longer, and you're going to feel better longer and be able to focus if you're at the computer, if you're whatever it is that you have to do. For me, it's running around to 8 million different fields.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. So, say that sounds to me a bowl of Cheerios with a banana.
You could do that,
Maybe.
sure. Or I would throw some. Well, I'll give you an example. It's funny. I never used to know what worked for me before. Years before I studied holistic health, I was like, you know, I'm just not going to eat breakfast in the morning. I'm just gonna, because I eat cereal and I'm starving. An hour later, I'm starving. I can't stand it. This is retarded. So I'm just gonna drink 5 iced coffees and keep going down the road. Well, that makes no sense, because your body is just like your car sitting out in your driveway. And if your car's on empty, your car's not gonna run. You can turn it all the, 8 million ways, but it's still not gonna start. Your body's the same way. But we constantly try to go out and run it on empty all the time. So for me, that's what I did. I ended up with headaches, I didn't feel good, all that stuff. So once I really started getting connected to this and getting connected to what works for me, I realized it's not the cereal. I need to throw maybe some walnuts or some almonds, and I need to throw some fruit or bananas or something else in it. So I need that combo, and that really works for me.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I just thought of something. Especially, it's a craze. Like, diets are a craze, and I feel like everybody's losing weight. Well, everybody wants to lose weight, I should say. Now, how do you feel peer pressure plays on your clients? For instance, you may have someone at work, and they're all into this Greek yogurt now. Chobani, I think it's called. I haven't tried it. But, so someone will be eating a yogurt, and then another person will be like, oh, well, did you try the granola with the yogurt? And you know what I mean? And then because your friend said it's good, they try it, and it may not work for your client. So do you think peer pressure, obviously it's in a good way, it's not, it's meant to be good. Do you think that plays a kind of a negative role in helping a client out? Have you ever dealt with an issue like that?
Oh my gosh, I've dealt with a lot. So many different issues, absolutely. That's something, there's one person I'm like, you're not allowed to go on Google anymore. You have to stay off the computer.
Oh yeah, it's like going to WebMD, all of a sudden you're like, this is it.
I know, because it gives you a big headache and your head hurts, and you're like, oh my God, something's wrong with me. Well, it does. Now, someone who comes to me and says something like that, what I would say to them is, okay, great. I'm a huge fan of, if you're going to do dairy, to do a more organic version of it. That's a whole nother show in itself, and we can do that if you want to. So I would say, get the Stonyfield version of the Greek yogurt. I think it's oisos. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. It's really yummy.
I've had
ones
that
for the kids too as well that my kids love, and they think they're great. And try that, and that's great. And it's awesome in your smoothies too, because it actually makes them nice and yummy.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, we do have some questions.
Oh, sure.
Steph, and I just want to introduce to everybody in the chat room, we also have Gretchen Pine. She's going to be a future guest. Hi, Gretchen.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
She is going to be joining us on Spirit Connections June 5th, so you'll learn all about her, and you'll be really excited to see what she has to offer. So go ahead, girls.
Okay. First question. Can even less than the most nutritional foods be spiritualized? If so, how?
Okay, can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
If not, we'll blame the chat, well, the peanut gallery over there, because
there
I
you
didn't think
go.
it made
We'll
sense
blame
either. But can even less than the most nutritional foods be spiritualized? If so, how?
Okay. I'm not sure exactly how to answer that question, to be honest.
Can I just say,
Sure.
they might be getting it, because I know a lot of times you hear of Reiki infused, and that's
Oh, I see
energy.
what you're saying.
That's
Okay,
how
I'm
I'm
sorry.
taking it.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's how I'm. I could be
You
totally
can put
wrong
different
on
energy
that, but-
into any kind of food, and bless the food and be grateful and have different energy with things. If it's, I'm just gonna say it, and probably I'm sorry if you work for the company. Please don't send me a nasty email. If you're a Twinkie, you're a Twinkie. You have all kinds of stuff going on. No offense. And, I think if you're just going to eat something like that, you might as well just eat it and move on down the road. So it's okay. Just don't eat a whole box of them, because that's kind of a tough one. I hope that was okay to say that.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
I actually have a bumper sticker on my car that says, "Eat it and move on," because I say that all the time. Just eat it and move on. It's all right. Tomorrow's another eating day. Okay.
I like that. Should one change their diet slowly, such as adding fiber or vitamins?
It depends on, I am a firm believer in doing that, but if I have someone who's really sick and suffering, then, it depends on how quickly they want to get better. So I'm a firm believer in, listen, let's try this on for size, because anything can be overwhelming. Have you ever gone, and my question to this person is, if you've gone to the doctor and they tell you, okay, we're going to do blah, 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 then blah, 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 it gets really overwhelming. So, yeah, moving slow is a great thing.
Okay.
And you should always try to do one thing at a time so you know it works.
All right, next to water, what is the next most important fluid to drink?
Next to water.
Gatorade? I'm just kidding.
Okay, sorry, did you see
I'm
my
kidding.
look?
I know. That's why I said it.
Okay.
It's the shock value, Noelle. The
It
shock
is,
value.
I know. Go for coconut water, actually. It's nature's Gatorade. Do not like it.
I
It's
tried
good
it. I
stuff.
wanted to be healthy. I love coconut,
Uh-huh.
but I just couldn't. I couldn't get it down.
That's okay.
I couldn't.
We'll find you something else.
They have
All right.
different flavors though, so
They
I
do.
should try.
They
that.
do,
Sorry.
absolutely. And they have different brands, too. So different brands definitely taste. Besides water, I would say a green tea, and if you can't do caffeine, I would use a decaffeinated one. You can also get them with antioxidants, which are, well, green tea is a natural antioxidant, but if they have kinds like with pomegranate or acai or something like that, it's really good stuff too.
And-
But water actually is your main number one source
I
of
also wanted
hydration.
to ask you as well, going along with Steph's question.
Sure.
What if you added lemon? Because I heard lemon
Mhm.
helps as well.
Lemon is a great detoxifier, absolutely. Yeah, whenever I have someone who's doing a cleanse, it's a great thing to do. It opens up your adrenal glands and helps flush things as well.
I always
Yeah.
get lemon in my water.
Yay, you're a good girl.
I do. I could probably eat a raw lemon.
I'll
Well,
give you a
that's-
golden star after.
Sorry.
That was my
Oh,
turn.
sorry. Hey, we always do this. We always have an awkward moment where I'm like, "Are there more questions?" It's like,
Always.
You
Okay.
don't have
always
a person
writing.
that come and dances like a crazy person behind you. Sorry,
Yes.
that's all.
No.
We can if you want. We have
can.
plenty of those.
Sure.
Do you know of any diet or nutritional apps for smartphones that may be helpful?
Yes, Fooducate.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, it's a really neat app. And actually, one of my students,
I'm sorry. Can you spell that?
sure, it's FOODU C-A-T-E.
Okay.
I had to think about that. Fujicate.com. And that's a really cool app. There's a lot of neat ones out there too, but that's one of my favorite ones because they're all about just telling you, you know, let's try this and let's Fujicate ourselves and let's feel really good about what we're eating and eating healthy. And it doesn't have to be so extreme, but it's just kind of going into the schools and doing all things like that. So it's cool.
Now, a quick question for you. Oh my gosh, I just thought of this amazing salad that you, sorry, I totally getting sidetracked, but it just came to my mind.
Sure.
That amazing salad, the very first day I met you at Hope Floats, you made a Caesar salad
it was so yummy.
with lemon and the Caesar dressing. I ate it for days because I bought it.
It's
over.
so good.
It was
oh my
kind
God,
of an
that's
obsessive.
actually Rosie's favorite.
It was an
Her
obsessive
favorite thing.
moment of mine
It's
because
bad. Yes, I think we were all ready to lick the bowl. That
it
was
was
yummy.
so good.
Yes, just yes. We made the salad and we made the soup too.
Yes.
Yes. Was
So-
that the butternut squash soup? Was that the one?
No. No.
Oh, I have to think about this one. Was it the chicken lemon soup?
Yes.
Okay.
The key word was lemon. Oh my
Lemon.
gosh.
Mhm.
Okay, so
sorry.
the first time I met Noelle was at one of Rosie's retreats at Hope Floats, and she prepared a meal for everybody taking part in the retreat. Now, you do these events. What's your role in the events? What do you do? Do you just prepare the food, or do you have a lecture that you do?
Actually, I think I did that once to help Rosie out, but I do a lot of, you know, from what I've done at Hope Floats before, I've done cooking demonstrations. I have a local cooking show on BTV in Bridgewater. Bridgewater.
My hometown.
Mine as well. Cool girls. And it's a lot of fun. And when I do cooking demonstrations, I try to keep it super easy because that's what it's all about. And my cooking show is actually called Keeping It Real because if it has a million different lists of ingredients, I'm not making it. I have 2 kids, 2 dogs, a business, a house. It's not going to happen. So it might look great and be really fun to do on a weekend, but during the week, I'm short and sweet. So I try to do things like that and show people. I do a lot of 5-minute meals, 5-minute breakfasts, 5-minute lunches.
I'm so
5-minute
curious
dinners.
about that stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. You can
Yeah.
do some great things. You don't just have to grab the egg and cheese wrap at Dunkin' Donuts, which can be fun too, but you know, you can make all kinds of great healthy things.
See, it's so hard. My boyfriend's a chef, so whenever time I try to
cool.
do anything healthy, he's like, "Oh, let me just do something." Okay, and you know, 10 pounds later.
Oh, okay.
But it's like I'm not complaining.
Uh-huh.
I'm not complaining.
Absolutely.
So, as far as doing like a 5-minute meal, could you give us a quick example of?
Sure. I just had a client the other day who said to me, "Noelle, this has to be fast because I'm not going to do it. I need to get out of the house." I'm like, okay. She has this great high-tech job. She travels a ton. She usually eats in the car, which isn't my favorite thing to do, but if it's something healthy, you know, we have to compromise. So I said, okay, well, let's do something easy. You could take some whole wheat waffles, or gluten-free if that's your thing, toast them, put some almond butter or natural peanut butter on them. If you have enough time, you can slice the banana and make a sandwich, or you can put in, I love goji berries, or put some kind of really yummy fruit in there. I don't care what it is, even if you throw blueberries, and make a little sandwich and rock and roll out the door. You could do, also, you could use a whole wheat wrap or a brown rice wrap. You could put some almond butter or natural peanut butter, sun butter, whatever it is that you use. And you could put the banana right in the wrap, put a little honey, roll it on up. See you later. Can you tell I need to do these things for the morning? My kids are horrible. And sorry. They're really tough movers, one of them in the morning, so I need to kind of move them along out the door. Yeah, so we do quick and easy as well.
And I love the honey and peanut butter style
So
wraps.
yummy.
They're so good.
So
They
yummy.
used to have those at Uplifting Connections.
I know. I know.
And then, yeah.
I
Now they
know.
don't
We
have
miss
their-
the cafe. Still a great place.
Yeah.
We miss the cafe.
Yeah, the cafe
Yeah.
was so good. Everything was so.
I know.
Because
It
you've
was
had
fun.
healthy eating everything. Sorry, I know I'm getting.
No, that's okay. I helped
topic.
actually. That was when we Uplifting first opened. I helped her set up the cafe, so that was fun. We had a lot of good times doing that. Something with an egg version, if someone wants to do that. I know a lot of people, the thought of pulling out a pan in the morning is a little scary. I'll do. I make these mini little spinach quiche things, and I put them in cupcake tins. Literally, no word of a lie, it takes like not even 5 minutes. pour them in the tin, cook them 3 minutes, they're done, and then you freeze them. So all you have to do is just warm them up in the morning and throw them between your whole wheat toast or Ezekiel or whatever it is that you use.
Now, how do people get these recipes? Can they go onto your website, or do you have to sign up for a class?
You know what? A lot of those are from when I work with my clients. And I'm not a chef, and I always joke, I just play on TV with my cooking show. I'm not a chef, and I say it right away. All I am is just, I'm a holistic health coach, I'm a mom, I'm a busy woman, and I just want to help people feel better. And it all started with, well, I don't know how to make this taste good. How do I make brown rice taste good? And I was actually at Uplifting, and I'm like, really? Come on over to my house. I was like 2 miles down the road, let me show you. And then that just became something I did all the time.
How do you make brown rice taste good?
Oh, it's all about the flavor. It's so easy. So easy. Make a big batch.
I'm getting so hungry.
Cinnamon, shredded coconut, yum, walnuts. Oh my gosh, so stinking good. Coconut oil. Cold is even better. You can do leftover rice. You can take leftover brown rice.
It even just sounds healthy, just talking about it.
Scrambled an egg in the pan. You could throw in all kinds of veggies, saute that up with a little garlic and olive oil. Dump the leftover brown rice in there. Little low sodium soy sauce.
I hope people are taking notes for me.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
Steph, do you have any more questions?
Yes. Plenty.
They were wondering, why do so many people have a vitamin D deficiency? And I'm very curious about that, because we all hear about the sun. We're in the sun, even in the winter, we're all exposed to vitamin D, the sun, vitamin D. Why is there such a deficiency?
Good question.
I could give the nice version, or I could give the real version, but anyways.
The real version.
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
We're keeping it real. Well, we do live in New England, so, you know, you need to expose, that sounds awful. Sorry, people at home. You need to have the sun on your skin for at least 20 minutes to start absorbing some of the vitamin D. And, you know, in the winter when we have different, you have different days that are cloudy and we just really don't get enough of it. Our food, honestly, unfortunately, our food supply is really depleted. That's another reason too. You know, someone just said to me today, why do we need all these supplements? And you don't need all these supplements. Again, everyone's different. But, you know, unfortunately, again, even in organic, the soil, you know, erodes because it's been so depleted and turned over so many times to get the food back into the grocery store that we lose a lot of our nutrition. So many times, you know, vitamin D is one of those things.
And even, I would say, the change of seasons, and where we had a very mild winter this year.
We did.
You know, so that
Absolutely.
affects the crops and, you know, as far as vitamin potency.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The plants don't know what to do with themselves.
Right.
It's crazy. My hydrangeas wanted to bloom 2 months ago. I'm like, sorry, guys. Hang out for a while. Yeah.
It's sad.
It is, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So go ahead, sorry.
Sorry.
So I shed a tear.
I don't just give one-word answers. Sorry about that.
No,
No, that's fine.
It's fine. I'm trying to read my own handwriting. Are there any rituals that you use during meals? And are there certain materials better to eat from, such as porcelain or cooking in certain types of pots?
Good question.
It is a good question. Absolutely. Any rituals I do when preparing meals? Well, I truly believe that this might sound, well, I'm on the right show for it. I was going to say, it might sound a little woo-woo, but I truly believe on how you make the mood you're in, and if you're making something with great intention to have it taste really good. And I know when I'm cooking for my kids, my little guy Jack used to say to me, even though he's 11 now, he's still my little guy, he always said, Mom, why is your banana bread the best? I'm like, because I made it with love. And so, you know, that's what I try to put out there. And I try to leave everything else out of the kitchen because that's kind of a really big place for me. And there definitely are, I'm not a fan of nonstick cookware. What happens when it heats and everything is really pretty toxic. You're better off to use cast iron is always phenomenal. That's a good thing to use.
It's good to know.
Go ahead, honey.
Oh, no.
Gretchen's
There
laughing.
was just a question. They were asking about organic beer, because you know, people like to indulge
Sure.
at certain times. Is there a type of beer that people can drink that's more organic than other beers?
That's a good
That you
question.
know
I'd
of.
like to know.
And or wine.
Oh, there is organic wine, definitely. And there is a difference. There is a difference because it's the quality of the fruit that you're getting in the wine, and also it would be the quality of whatever it is that's in the beer that you're getting. I don't know an organic beer off the top of my head. Now, if you ask me vodka, I could tell you. Sorry.
And what's that? We'll just go right to the hard stuff. That's fine.
I would go with Rain vodka is one of my favorite ones. It's gluten-free. So I tend to do a lot of things like that with people as well. I look for things like that for them. So
well,
they
it's
can
good.
indulge
You're keeping
in.
it real.
Yeah.
And I know I keep on promoting, but reminds me, when is your show on?
Oh my goodness. My show's on probably about 6 or 7 different times on the week. I usually film every few weeks, and I try to film a couple shows at once so we can have at least 4 shows going throughout the month. And I've been doing this now for 4 years. It's a lot of fun. And it's funny because people will be like, oh, you're the cooking lady in town. I'm like, oh, I don't think of myself as a cooking lady. I'm like, no, not really. Oh, well, I do that show, but just to show you something quick and easy. But yeah, it's fun. It's on, definitely on Sundays. I think they put me up against Grey's Anatomy, and that didn't work. Oh. On Thursdays, so it's moved all around. But if you go to BTV, I'm so bad. Is it backslash? Is that backslash?
BTV.org.
BTV Access.
Okay.
.org, and it's the Bridgewater station. You can find my show, and you can actually see some of the segments as well. They have all the shows.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if you need some taste testers for your recipes, the Spirit Connections crowd.
Oh, I would
definitely
love that. I would
cooking
love
show
that.
in the kitchen.
We could, yeah, we have a kitchen. We could. I didn't even think of that. We have a kitchen. We could have had a cooking show.
And you can tell me what my Nana wants me to cook.
Yes. Medium
Absolutely.
/ cooking. I think
Awesome.
that's great. That's a thanks, Steph. I don't know why. Right when we walk in the door, there's a
That would
kitchen.
be so
I don't know
fun.
why I wasn't thinking that.
We'll have to
I would love that.
reschedule.
We will, absolutely. I
We'll
would
do
love
part
that.
2.
Yes.
Definitely.
And Gretchen, you're welcome back.
And it's funny, I'm just going to go on a side note. I had a reading with you, and you said to me, your grandfather saying, why you got to get your hands in the dirt. Do you remember that?
Oh my
You
gosh.
might not. You just say so much
I don't
to so many
remember
people,
what
but I
happened 2
remember
minutes
that. I'm
ago.
like, yes, he probably did say that because I built my house on his garden, actually. Well, it was already gone. His garden was gone. But that's where I ended up building my house. So it's so funny. And yes, we can tell him that I am actually going to go into the Bridgewater Community Gardens. I'm so excited. Yay!
That's
And we use,
awesome.
local and organic, and really excited, yeah.
See,
we're
and you
doing
can
some
tell
cooking.
him. You can tell him. You don't
Yeah,
need
there
me.
you go. So that's cool stuff. So
That's
I listen.
awesome. I love getting
So listen
feedback.
to this girl.
I love getting feedback. I love it.
Yeah.
That's right. That was my first day, and I was so nervous.
No, you didn't need to be.
I
Not
met
at all.
so many incredible
Well,
people.
you have such great energy, you know?
Oh.
You do.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Little cutie.
Just go with it. Yeah, right.
Oh, stop.
I come off as, oh yeah, just go with it. Meanwhile, behind the camera, I'm like, what?
Everybody
Just like
gets
everybody else.
Yep.
You know?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Steph, do we have some questions?
Yes. Let me just make sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. That's that one.
Are you a vegan?
No, I'm not.
And why not? Why are you not a vegan?
Why am I not a vegan? Well, I think people really need to eat for what works for them and what makes them feel good. The older I get, the more I tend to eat more vegetarian. I will say that. That is something that I have found. It's funny, when I first studied holistic health, one of the places we went to was the Omega Center for a class, and everything, all your meals were included, and everything was vegetarian. And I remember, I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna have to go to the cafe. I need some chicken or blah. It was crazy, but it was the best food I ever had in my life. Some of the best food, and so filling, and I was forever a believer. But honestly, I'm really careful how I eat. I know where to shop. I know where the good deals are, and I like chicken, and I like turkey, and I like fish, and it works for me, and I feel good with it. The day I don't feel good eating that way, then I won't eat it anymore. Is that okay?
Yeah.
No, that's good.
That's a good
Do you really think animal protein is important for the human diet?
Depends on the person.
Really?
Some people thrive on it. I've seen people like, I'm craving a burger. I want the burger. them say, go ahead and eat the burger or eat the steak if that's what you need. And they feel good. They have boatloads of energy. Do you remember I was telling you about my friend who was typical, great with Atkins, the whole thing, and that really worked for her. And she was big into steak and chicken and fish and the healthy way to do it. Some people really thrive and everything works, and some people, it makes them so sick and they should stay away.
I have a question about that.
Sure,
I mean,
go ahead.
Could that be because of a food allergy? I mean, I think,
Sure.
you know, a lot of people would argue that we're omnivores. We're supposed to, like, you know, we're supposed to eat vegetables, we're supposed to eat meat, we're supposed to eat. So if someone is not thriving, say, eating fish or chicken, could it be because of a food allergy and not necessarily because they shouldn't be getting a certain protein?
Absolutely. I see that quite a bit. That's actually a lot of what I do. I work with so many people that have food sensitivities and not even, you know, they might even go and get tested for celiac, but then we'll find out that they're not necessarily have celiac, but they have a gluten intolerance. And the difference for them, it's, and when they eat it, it's debilitating. They can't work, they have body aches and pains, their belly is off, they feel horrible. We take it out, they feel like a new person. It could be like that with anything. You know, I ate dairy my whole life, loved it, I do still love it. Doesn't like me, doesn't make me feel good. For me, I get very congested. You know, I tend to now, if I do a raw organic cheese, I'm better off, or like a goat's cheese works for me. But if I eat a regular cheese, I just turn into a puddle. I just feel horrible. It's awful.
And that stuff just amazes me too,
Yeah.
because I have a friend that she swears by, and forgive me for what it's called, but
No, that's okay.
Again, like whether it was with dairy or whether it was with
That's okay.
just like like a hearty meal, I don't know.
You know what?
But
I can't come here and do your job.
I know.
So if you don't know the word, it's not a big deal.
I don't know the words, but yeah, like she would actually swell, and it's not.
Yeah, you
it's
do.
not even bloating, but it was just like her nose would actually swell a little bit, and like her face would just appear puffy from certain foods that she would
Right.
eat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that
Yeah,
happens
so-
with people.
And there was one other point to make on what you were saying. People with like acne around their mouths, that's
Yes. typically
typically a food
Oh, yeah.
allergy, right?
Yes. Yes. I've seen that a few times, and it always tends to be the same thing. But then again, you know, there might be that person, but a lot of times I see that with fruit.
Really?
Someone has an issue with
Oh
fruit.
yeah,
Yeah.
tongue and mouth.
Swelling. It's a big deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, we have another question.
We have a lot more.
We do.
Wow. I was so worried nobody would ask me anything.
Oh no, I'm trying to keep up right now. Can barbecue be healthy?
That's, you know, that's $1 million question. So many, it depends on how you do it. You know, if you use, in what you use. You know, they say the briquettes, you know, all of that brings toxins into your body. It really depends on how you do it, I think. Yes, it can be. If you want to go very natural in a way to do it. You can make anything, pretty much anything healthier. How's that?
Right.
I even found a healthier Pop-Tart recipe for my son. So just to try, but it was crazy. It was like 3 pages long to make it, so I just decided to forget it. It wasn't worth it.
You're like, it's not part of my 5-minute
No,
meal.
it's not
so
a 5-minute meal. But you could make a healthier barbecue if you made your own sauce and, you know, everything you use to do it. You could.
Oh, my mouth is watering right now, and I feel so guilty.
Don't feel guilty.
I do.
Why?
I feel guilty because not only is it craving barbecue, it's craving Twinkies, and it's craving peanut butter banana, and so on. Like it's not just the bad food. I mean, some of the healthy food. I
We've
think
talked
it's just,
about a whole lot of food tonight.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try that rice. I really want that
Oh my
recipe.
God, you'll love it. Yep,
I really
I have
want
the
that
3-stage one. I'll send it to you. Yeah. Awesome.
So now, how would people? How do I want to ask this? Okay, so
Sure.
so your classes,
Mm-hmm.
how do they run?
Okay. I run lots of workshops out of my office space.
Okay. So people would go to you. It wouldn't be something that's online or?
It would be actually. You can check out my website under events. I have some that are coming up, so they're not on there yet. I have 2 really cool ones actually. I'm going to be doing a women's wellness group, and then I'm going to be, yes, I'm so excited
When is
about
that?
I'm going to do that at the end of May. I'm going to start it in May, and I'm going to run it for 6 weeks.
Oh, you're doing it. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was going to be part of a retreat or.
No, that's in the works too as well. And then I have been working with 2 different people actually. One girl who is phenomenal, and I love her, and she is a yoga and Pilates instructor. And we've been talking about doing a yoga Pilates class and then doing a wellness class as well.
Do I know her? I think I do.
Do you know her? Heather? Do you know Heather?
No.
No, okay.
But maybe she'll want to come
Heather
on.
Woods, she's so cute. And I have another girl who's actually one of my students who studied holistic health as well. She does hooping. It is the coolest thing in the world. And people are losing weight from hooping, and this is a big thing now. And
like
she
hula
teaches
hoop?
hooping exercises, and she created this hula hoop. It was so neat that folds down, and she's going to teach some classes with me too as well. So we're going to work all kinds of fun stuff in. But I have my women's wellness group coming up, which is exciting. And if you want to find it, you can find me on holisticandrealistic.com. And as far as when I work with my clients, send me an email, or you can email me through my website, or email me through holisticandrealistic@gmail.com as well.
And you're on Facebook.
And I'm on Facebook, Holistic and Realistic.
What is it again?
Holistic and Realistic. I thought long and hard when I was trying to figure out my name, and I'm like, what do I do?
Something snappy.
Everybody had all these great names, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have no idea. I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? Well, I'm holistic, and I have a realistic approach. I live in the suburbs, people. You can't,
right, I know.
Talk about all kinds of stuff, so without everyone going, what's that? So, yeah.
Excellent.
That's my business. It's great, and it's good, and my first, whenever I sit with someone, and it's kind of it's a nutritional breakthrough session, that's complimentary. It's a get to know you session. What's going on with you? What's your number one health concern? How can I help you? What are you hoping to achieve? And it's a good way for someone to get to know who I am as well, and if I'm someone that they would want to work with.
Well, let me ask you this simple question. What sparked your interest to helping others? I know you said you started this in your 30s.
I did.
But was there something where you're like, this is
yeah,
it. This is my passion.
Definitely. I had, when I was 31, it was and now you'll all know who cares. I just turned 45. When I was 31, my daughter was 15 months old, my daughter Maddie, and I came down with a horrific flu. I was so sick. It was awful. I couldn't even take care of her. And I saw a doctor 4 times, who was my doctor at the time. And he's like, you're fine, your color's great, you're all right. And I'm like, buddy, my temperature's like 103, and I feel like I'm hallucinating, and I can't keep anything in. Bottom line, I got so sick I went to the hospital, and I had the flu that turned to pneumonia that turned into a cardiac virus. So it turned into cardiomyopathy. So I was in ICU, and they were telling my husband, your wife might make it, or she might not. She might have a heart transplant. We have no idea, so just pray. And we were at 31. I mean, you don't plan on these things, and we have a baby, and our life's just getting going. So I firmly believe in the power of positive thinking, and my mom told everyone, you don't go in there and tell Noelle she's going to die. You go in there, put on a good face, and be happy, and that's it. And I started to get better, but when I came home, we had to move in with my parents. And I couldn't take care of my daughter. I couldn't pick her up. I couldn't pick anything up. I came home with a walker. So my brother Ed took a month off from his life, and he's a cool guy. He has, I'm going to plug him, he has an organic raw chocolate company with his girlfriend Lulu. Lulu's organicchocolate.com. It's great. It's awesome. It's so good. And if you have a sweet craving, go to him. Well, he took a month off of his life, and he came home and helped me health up. And I still call when someone's really sick and we need to get better. We health up, let's health up. And he's like, you have $300 worth of medication and you have no food plan. Are you kidding me? You need to eat real food. You need to take great supplements, and we need to get you healthy. And I was like, what do you mean? I can't have my Me King at Friday night and my bag of candy that my sister Michelle just brought me hidden under the bed. I can't eat that. So I ate real food, and I ate just really super healthy and phenomenal, and I turned into a new person. I went home with a heart monitor, you know, nothing functioning, piles of medicine, and I could walk, I could carry Maddie. I didn't even need the heart monitor, and all my doctors always look at me like, oh my gosh, you're alive. And I have met people that had the same thing that I did, who had the heart transplant, and I've also met people who loved someone who had what I did who didn't make it. So I'm very blessed, so that sparked my interest in eating better and holistic health.
Well, there's no other way.
Yeah.
Now that you've had that experience,
Yeah.
there's no other way.
So that's it. So you can get better, you can feel great, and you can know what works for you. And your body is amazing. It has amazing capacity to really heal.
It
And
does.
that's, yeah, living
Setting
proof.
your intentions, what I
There
always
you go.
say. And where is your brother-in-law's? Is it,
It's my brother, Ed.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
your brother.
no, that's okay. He's out of Sedona, Arizona. Cool place.
Of course.
Yes, and you can go online. You can order all his great chocolate products. They're really
And it's
good.
called Lulu.
Lulu's Chocolate, Lulu'sOrganicChocolate.com. And I actually carry it at my office. It's yummy. That's right, Lulu.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right when she said it, I looked over.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love Lulu.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
love
Gotta
Lulu.
love Lulu.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
I'm
amazing.
sitting here babbling away, and I didn't. That's right.
Well, as soon as you said it, I'm like, oh, she's here. She's always around.
Oh.
Doesn't matter. You know,
That's so
she's
cool.
just everywhere.
I can't wait to
Good.
talk to you.
I
Gretchen.
can't either. You know, listening to you talk, I read somewhere once that passion is God's way of saying hi. And I think God said hi to you.
Oh,
You really
thank
did.
you. That's
Yeah,
so
that's
nice.
See, you're
Yeah,
going to have
I'm
to
gonna
come
cry.
on June 5th. It's okay. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Thanks, honey.
Thank you. Thank
is
you.
so fun.
Thank you for being part of Spirit Connections.
Thank you. I'm
And
so
Noelle,
lucky to be here.
how can people get in touch with you again?
You can email me at holisticandrealistic at Gmail. I almost forgot my email. At
This is
gmail.com. You can find me on my website, holisticandrealistic.com. There's a place to sign up for my monthly newsletter, hear about all the events and all the cool workshops that are going on as well.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's
So
fun.
we want you to come back June 5th when Gretchen's on.
I would love that.
You guys can
So I'd
switch.
be
You can
honored.
join
Yeah,
me in the chat.
exactly,
So fun.
exactly.
I'm
And
psyched.
Gretchen.
And I'll bring some chocolate.
Yes,
Awesome.
please.
Yeah.
Of course, it's so fitting. It's so
Lulu
fitting.
chocolate.
Lulu
Yes.
chocolate, right.
It's
Oh,
so
cool.
fitting. And Gretchen, I can't wait to have you on and talk
Yeah,
about
I'm
how
excited.
inspiring you are. And,
I'm excited.
And, you know, Gretchen's an author and also inspirational speaker.
Yeah.
And
Nice. Cool.
from her life, which you'll get to know a little bit more. So definitely, I can't wait. This is just crazy how,
Yay.
right when she said Lulu's Bar, I was like,
Yeah.
ding, ding,
Yay.
ding.
Well,
So
yeah. It's all serendipity.
it is.
It is.
Absolutely.
You guys will understand when you tune in June 5th. But again, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys
Thank you.
for being part of Spirit Connections tonight. And for all you guys at home, don't forget about the South Coast Paranormal and Psychic Fair on April 21st at the Seaport Inn. And then, wow, Inn and Marina in Fairhaven. And then Slater Mill in Pawtucket. Tickets are on sale for that graveyard shift, so definitely check it out. And until next time, we will see you next week. I can't wait to tell you who's on next week.
Yay.
Rhymes with or photography. All right. And tickets are premium. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Oh, actually, no, it's a 1-year anniversary of Spirit Connections.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
It doesn't rhyme with our photography.
Yeah, that's the next week.
That's the next week.
That's-
That one
see?
rhymes with our photography.
I'm totally thrown off my rocker now. Have a good night. Thank you
Hi,
guys.
everybody.